I finally left my wife after she kept making comments about me not being manly enough, and I'm not sure I did the right thing. My wife, 42F, and I, 42M, have been together since we were 18. She was my first everything, whereas she'd been with a few people before me. We have an 18-year-old daughter together who is an amazing, brilliant and kind person. I truly couldn't have asked for a better kid. The last few years my wife has been making the odd comment about my manliness etc. and I've just brushed it off, but she's really stepped it up the last year and I ended up leaving her about 3 months ago over it. I don't want this to sound like a humble brag, but I do think I'm quite manly while also just being a normal person. I'm tall, work out a few times a week, I can do any DIY around the house, I can fix cars, I used to be an amateur boxer and cage fighter and still do it as a hobby to keep fit. The things she said that aren't manly about me are: I like to bake, I like to cook, I don't drink, I genuinely don't care if other people do, it's just not for me. I like Taylor Swift, Charlie XCX, Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter etc. My main choice in music will always be rap, but having a teenager daughter, these sort of artists get played and I like some of their songs so I listen to them. I don't see that as a bad thing. I have a powerful car and a motorbike, but my preferred method of transport is a Volkswagen Up. It's a small car with a little engine, but if it's just me and my gym bag or work bag I don't see the problem, plus I'm not one of them who feels like a car someone drives means anything. My ex-wife disagreed and said I give off a certain vibe in it. I tend to walk away from arguments with strangers. She perceives any slight as personal insult. If you cut in front of her in traffic she's leaning on the horn. Don't say thank you if you hold a door open. She's screaming and shouting at you. I just prefer to let things slide. An example is someone was being obnoxious to me on a night out for no reason. He was in my face calling me all sorts of names and even pushed me a couple of times. I just smiled at him and walked away saying I hope he gets home safely. When we got home she said I embarrassed her in front of her friends by letting him talk to me like that. I said what's the point of me laying out a drunk kid who's half my size, that achieves nothing. She said I'm a doormat for the world. There's a few other things mainly connected to stuff me and my daughter have in common around stupid social media videos. She said it's like living with two teenage girls. In September I left her. I said I can't be spoken to like this anymore and be belittled. It's not fair. Even then she had a dig and said a real man would change. She's changed her tune since and said she's willing to go to therapy, both individual and couples, and try and sort out her issues. I don't know if the cuts from things she said are too deep though. Since I've left I've felt more relaxed and happier. I don't have to worry when I put a song on or want to bake a cake or cook something a bit different what would be said etc. At the same time though it's scary as she's all I've known and being alone, and meeting new people scare the life out of me as I've never done that before. Everything is telling me I'm on the right path now, but I have a niggling doubt in my head that all those words she spoke about me are true and I am an annoying person that will be alone forever. Relevant comments. When OP was asked what started this, I have no idea what triggered it. A few years ago the comments started, but they've really ramped up the last year to 18 months. I did suspect an affair but I'm not sure. Commenter, there's probably some underlying insecurity within herself that's making her project this onto you. Manliness doesn't really mean anything. She's holding you to an arbitrary definition of what she thinks a man should be, but there's really no answer to that. You don't have to prove yourself. This is her issue, not yours. I think it's pretty manly to bond with your daughter, pursue hobbies that make you happy, and listen to your needs. She needs to know that you felt a weight off your shoulders without her frequent judgments if you're going to try and make it work. OP, I don't know whether it's some social media she's consumed or what, but seems to think all men should be beer-swilling hotheads all the time. OP, when he is asked about marriage counseling. When she mentioned couples counseling the first time she said, so someone else can help me make you the man I need, which I immediately called out. She's now said it so she can work on her own problems with how she thinks men should be. Update, 3.5 months later. Hi all. I received a lot of love on my first post and had a few people ask for an update, so here we are over 3 months later. First and foremost, I didn't get back with her and the divorce is now in motion. Our daughter is very understanding. She actually says I seem a lot happier and more relaxed. My ex-wife kept asking me back until about a month ago she announced she's seeing a 23-year-old, and when I felt relief rather than hurt or jealousy, I fully realized I am over her. I don't even know what to say to that. But not really much else to report. I'm still baking and cooking and boxing and cage fighting lol. I've got tickets to go see Sabrina Carpenter with my daughter, and we also got tickets to go see Kendrick Lamar, so I still like my rap and my teen girl pop lol. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who commented and messaged me after my last post. You were all so sweet and it was both humbling and gave me a massive big head lol. Thank you all. Relevant comments. Commenter, my husband isn't manly enough because he drives a little car to his cage fighting matches, and listens to hyperpop while he fixes that little car with his bare hands, bloodied from the aforementioned cage fighting. Also I hate it when he makes me cakes. Brother, I think your ex-wife might just be insane. OP, haha, that is quite a good way of summing it up I guess. It is nice to drive my little car and listen to espresso without being called gay as FCK, although I might get a window sticker that says that lol. Commenter number 2, it's so gross. The guy she's dating is 5 years older than her daughter. OP, they also went to the same secondary school and he was in his last year there while she was in her first year. In the school photo where all 1,000 kids are together, she's shown me them both stood somewhat near each other.